Welcome home. I'm Ryan.
I'm Elie.
And today I don't have anything to drink, but Elie.
I just made myself a copycat iced brown sugar shaken espresso from Starbucks.
And evidently it's delicious.
I just made like a typical like iced latte, but I made my own brown sugar syrup and it's really good.
Yes. So one of the things I want to get started with off the bat is last podcast episode we talked about how we thought that if Major was outside and Eugene somehow got outside, that we thought Major would kind of go crazy because he doesn't really think, he's kind of weird about cats outside. Well, I don't know when it happened.
I
Maybe
feel like it was that same evening.
I don't think it was the same evening. I don't think it was the same day. I think it was like the next day or something.
Very soon after.
I had opened the door and looked outside to to call Major in or something. And while he was coming, I guess Eugene got out.
And we did not know.
And I don't know because obviously I don't think he either came back, like Major came back inside and then I let him out again or something. Regardless, he was outside at the same time Eugene was for a period of time.
I don't even know how long Eugenie was out there.
I'm going to say at least 10 minutes. I mean, because we let Major outside for a good chunk of time and he always wants to go back out, especially now since it's warmer.
Mm-hmm. It was plenty of time for him to run away.
Yes, and when I opened the door to let Major back in, the first thing that came in was Eugene. And I said, oh my God. And you were sitting on the couch, and then you freaked out a little bit.
I picked up, so I have I'm deathly afraid of mice and just rodents in general, but like mice and rats, like you don't understand, like it's a phobia. Like if you know, you know. So when Ryan opened the door and said, oh my God, I picked up my legs. So I was sitting on the couch and I was like, this is it. Like I was really like, my life was flashing before my eyes. And I was like, and he didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything because I was in shock. I didn't realize, I just saw my cat come inside first.
He just strolled inside too.
And he was standing there, and I'm just staring at him going, Eugene was outside this whole time. And then I was like remembering how I didn't see him for like a good 10 minutes or whatever, and just thinking, yeah, he was outside. And I don't know how long. He was right next to the door.
But sometimes, like when we don't see him, like he's in his cat tower or he's laying on our bed. Yeah. But then sometimes it is unusual because like he's typically doing those things when we're busy. But if we're out in the living room, both of them like to lay or sit near us. So I guess we just didn't realize because he's pretty quiet when he's content, like when he's fed and he doesn't like need to use the bathroom. He's pretty quiet. But oh my gosh, yeah.
And it was just really ironic because we literally just talked about what Major would do.
Yeah, like the day
if
before
Eugene got out, and from what I can see, it was totally fine.
I mean, yeah, Eugenie didn't like sprint in. He just.
I mean, he kind of did, but not like he didn't sprint away inside. Like
no,
he just came in and stopped and just was like looking around and kind of like.
He's probably thinking, "I bet you guys didn't know I was out there."
strutting his stuff. And I don't know, and he can be quiet when he wants. Mm-hmm. He can sneak out, and he did.
Mm-hmm. And he does it on purpose.
I did not have the door open that long, and I didn't even see him. He just snuck right out, all quiet.
Yeah, he can either be silent or nonstop talking loud.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between for him.
Yeah, and then I think he wanted to go back outside, and I'm thinking, dude, you literally just came in.
Yeah. And we were like, you're not supposed to be out there to begin with.
And then he's been doing it for a while, but every time we get close to the door, open the door, he runs over there and tries to like find a way to get out somehow. And sometimes he's like, his body is halfway out the door by the time that we pick him up.
He tries to maneuver his body in a way that you won't see him or hear him. So, like, he'll go behind you or he'll hide behind the shoes. Like, he does it on purpose. He wants to hide because he knows he's not supposed to go out there.
Yeah, and it freaked me out, and I thought it was really ironic. The other thing is, this last week, my dad came over to help me work on the laundry room and bathroom renovation. And last night I found out that almost all the footage that I got for the time lapse is corrupt. So I can't even see any of the pictures from past a certain point. So yesterday's video would be a lot better, but now it's just kind of a jank video. But it is what it is.
Because I feel like this is where you were able to show that a lot of progress.
Yeah. So, oh well, I'll have to use my GoPro next time, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so we've been working on, you can tighten it right here. We've been working on that this week, and I mean, it looks totally different.
It looks really good.
I'm not going to put it in this podcast video, but you guys can go on my YouTube channel. It's in the show notes, in the description, to see a walkthrough of that space if you want to, because the video will be up by the time you're listening and or watching this. So, I mean, I was waking up at 6:37 every day this week doing stuff, getting ready, and then my dad would come over at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we would work until 2:30, 3:30, and then he would leave, and then I would take a break and then clean up and then just repeat this whole week. And then Thursday we had a break from it, but we still woke up really early because we had to go to the dentist, and thankfully I don't have any cavities. If you know anything about me, you know that I always have cavities. I just have bad luck with my teeth. Even in the last few years, I've been brushing, flossing, and using mouthwash almost every single day.
Like, very consistently.
Yeah, and just bad luck. But this time, no cavities, doing good. And yeah, I mean, this month is going to be absolutely insane. I'm really trying to get that bathroom done by the end of the month. But I mean, looking at the calendar, there's not many days. But we'll see. I'm really hoping to. And after we finish recording this, I got to edit yesterday's video, and I have to edit this podcast, and I have to clean the house while Elie goes and does her homework for WGU, which she's been working on.
Stop.
And she's been trying, and obviously she's not on schedule, but I mean, just
I'm doing the best I can.
Yes, doing the best you can is exactly what you need to say, and you need to realize you are.
Yeah.
And if anyone else is doing some sort of online college sort of degree thing
while working full time,
just take your time and do your best. And you have to understand that you are doing your best and you can't do it any better because it's physically impossible.
There's just a lot of things I want to do, but that I don't have the time or the energy for. I've been on spring break, so I've had a lot more time to work on school stuff. But then this is also the time for me to start job hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, it has been a struggle. I figured it out now, but it has been a struggle, at least in the beginning of the week, like which one would take priority. Would job hunting take priority, or would my master's program take priority? Like, in the beginning of the week, I genuinely did not know which one to do first. So then with my ADHD brain, it was like neither then. Until you figure it out, it's neither. But
yeah, and for me, I think it's pretty obvious. Job hunting is more important.
I know, but I think it's just because I knew how far behind I was in school, like, according to my standards, that I was like, well, I feel like school, like, it was just like a battle with myself. Like, I felt like school should, like, take precedence, but then I was sitting there thinking, like, when am I going to be able to apply for jobs other than right now? And then the jobs that I was looking at had a actual deadline, like not my standard deadline, like a deadline or they would close. And up until this point, I haven't seen any job openings until this week. So I was like, who knows when another opening will come. And they were really good positions, or like they're positions that I would want. So that's another update. I applied for 8 jobs.
Yeah. And some of them are, well, all of them are in Yakima, right?
7 of them are in one district. 1 of them is in another district, but they're all, yes, in the same
so
area.
about, I mean, depending on where it's at, it's like 30-minute, 20 to 40-minute drive.
My goal was like a pretty broad like area, or like, yeah. I'm willing to commute 35 minutes in both directions. That's the farthest I was willing to go. And I really like, as much as I would love to say, oh yeah, I live in Seattle or I live in Tri-Cities and like there's this many schools around me that have this many openings. But like the reality of where we live is like the closest area with positions is 35 minutes away. So like you take what you can get, but
yeah. And I've done a 40-minute commute. I've actually done, I want to say from Yakima to Ellensburg for Fred Meyer was probably 40-ish minutes, probably a little bit longer. And I was able to do that for a period of time, but and
that drive is like
very boring, very just long.
Yeah.
Not many turns, so you're just like falling asleep.
It's all just like one like stretch. Whereas I feel like my drive, if this ends up becoming my commute, which the odds are very likely, I feel like it won't be very boring. Like there's
also because a lot of the time is at lower speeds.
Yeah.
So the distance isn't very long.
No.
Yeah. But I mean I've also I've done, a long commute, and I mean you're different than me, but like it sucks, but it's 40 minutes, especially when you're like me and you really, really don't want to work and you're just like listening to podcasts or listening to music and you're trying to not pump, but like pump yourself up to get ready to go to work and actually work. And yeah, it's not like it's hard work or anything, but it just sucks when you come home and you get home at like midnight because you get off at 11.
I feel like the commute for me will be good for me to just debrief and sit in silence for 35 minutes home on the way home, because 6 minutes or 15 minutes is honestly not enough time. Like I get home and I'm like, I feel like I haven't like let go of my anger or like my frustration from the day. Like I love teaching, but
yeah, from hearing you talk about it, I understand it's a lot. And I mean, it's been a couple weeks since our last episode for the podcast, but you've been teaching every day.
I've been teaching every day. Go back on Monday. I've had the Sunday scary since Wednesday. I'm like, dang, it's almost Sunday. It's almost time to get ready for school. And now it's Saturday, and tomorrow's my last day of spring break. And we don't have another break until summer break. We have a couple 3-day weekends coming up. We've got teacher-directed day, so the kids have the day off. I work. We'll see what happens. I was told that I should take the day off by my coworkers, but I'm like, I don't know. I would like to I could get paid still. I have to have a paid day off, but I feel like it's beneficial. I'm okay with going in if the kids aren't there sometimes. And that's going to be on Cinco de Mayo. And then we've got Memorial Day coming up. That's another 3-day weekend. Hopefully we can go camping. And then the last 3-day weekend technically isn't a 3-day weekend for me because it's my last day of work. The next day they have off of school, but I won't be there anymore. But it's going to be a long stretch. 4th grade, if you know that 4th grade is testing, a year of testing. So springtime means testing in 4th grade. And we have 3 standardized state tests. I guess they're not all state tests. One is the big state test, the SBAC. And then we've got 2 other testings for the school, all happening at the same time.
It sucks. I remember
It
those
sucks
days.
for the kids, too.
Yeah, I remember those days. They were so official, so you can't look, you can't.
Yeah, I'm
You
getting.
can't get up. You can't. You can only have this pencil. You can't have any more. You can only have one piece of paper, and you have this little snack here and there, and a little break, and it's just like, dude, this sucks.
Wednesday after school, I have my proctor training to be trained how to proctor and give a state exam, and like I was literally already warned, like it is really strict. Like you have to, or like the school can get fined all of this money, and like the kids' scores could be invalid. Like if you mess up. Like, you have to take it very seriously because the state makes you take it very seriously, even though, like, the results are just... I don't know how I did when I tested in 4th grade, and look at me now. Like,
Yeah, I think we got the scores back, but I don't remember.
it obviously wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I went through multiple different versions of the state
I
test.
took this actual state test.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did.
The SBAC.
Yeah.
You might have taken it in high school because you take it in 4th grade, 10th grade.
Honestly, I remember something with like Nelson's class where we had to take a test.
Well, the one that you take in high school is science.
Well, I don't know.
So you would have taken it with Johnson, but
I don't remember. Did. But I took the WASL, the MSP, and I think the MSP, like both WASL and MSP were like multiple times because I can remember both of them, and then it was just like I don't remember it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm sure there's going to be another test coming out shortly because I'm like, if I've been taking the SBAC and these kids are taking the SBAC, I feel like maybe it's time for another one. I don't know. Maybe the SBAC is good and we don't have to replace it, but.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. But other than that, like just working on the house.
So busy.
The dentist, we had another thing. I got my contacts.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not wearing my glasses as much, which is great. And evidently, I told you this the other day, but evidently I had one pair of contacts left and I didn't realize it. So I could have been wearing my contacts this whole time, waiting
Maybe it was good to give your eyes a break.
Oh, it definitely was.
I've been giving my eyes a break this entire spring break, and it feels good.
Yeah, it definitely was. But my glasses have like a little, like they push or they touch my ear and my head just a certain way where it gets really like irritated, and I just have to either like put it up or put it on my ear or I don't know. It's just annoying, but I guess that's what you get when you have cheap glasses. Oh, I'm going to sell my car. I started to get that cleaned out. I need to go to the junkyard to see if I can get replacement seats. And while I'm up there, I might need to grab a couple things for my truck, which I can't remember what happened last episode, but I fixed my truck. It's running fine.
It's been what? I feel like it's been like 3 weeks. Has it been 2?
I think we missed 2 weeks. So technically speaking, 3, right?
Like this would be the 3rd week.
Yeah. I
don't remember either.
But anyways, I've been driving that. It has one thing that's wrong with it, but I can still drive it. It's still fine. Actually, technically, it has 2 things wrong with it. The one thing I've known about. The other thing came up after I fixed everything else. So I still need to do some work on that, but I don't know. I'll probably have to find some time this month, especially when I'm waiting on stuff or just waiting for my dad to help me or just something I can't do. I can do other things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just busy, living life, doing this, trying to figure things out. These plants up here, you can't really see this one up here on the video, but I came in here the other day and the one up here, it was just like, not wilted, but just like totally leaning over, all limp, just super sad and soft, like not stiff at all. And now it's doing better. I repotted all of the plants that we had and just try to put these by the window and stuff, and I think they're doing a lot better. But I just put them back in here just for the video, but
ironically,
you can't even see the top one. So
I want to be a plant person so bad, but I forget that we even have plants. And then
our cat, if he has access to it, he'll just gnaw on them.
No, but like even in my classroom, like I know teachers that have plants in their classroom, but I just would forget that I have them. And then all of a sudden I come back from spring break and I'm like,
yeah. So the science teachers in Highland, I think both of them, they have fish tanks and one has a turtle.
Oh, I couldn't have pets
and there's
either.
A bunch of plants. There's one, it's not a classroom, but it's like one of the admin for food. She has a bunch of plants in her room with like purple lights and stuff. Like, I'm like, dang, it feels like a jungle in there. You walk in, it's all humid.
Pets either.
I would like to if I was ever a teacher. But my class, when we were in school and Calhoun had a turtle, those kids were relentless. They did not like her. They gave her such a hard time.
And then people wonder why teachers are leaving at rapid rates. Because people don't know how to parent. That's why. That's a big one.
A big one. Yeah. So
there's so many topics we could go into, but they would each have to be their own episode.
Yeah. It's just, I've been doing work outside. I've been, working on the house, we've had our phones for a few weeks now. So I remember talking about that
like
in the
almost
last
2 months
episode. I can't believe that.
Time's flying, but at the same
time is flying.
The days feel so long, but at the same time, the weeks go by so fast. Like I get the same feeling every Friday when I'm getting ready to go home for the weekend. I'm like, it was just Monday.
Almost every Friday I feel like that. Or like every Wednesday I'm like, oh my God, tomorrow's Thursday already? And it feels like it was just Thursday,
We've been watching Love is Blind season 4. Based in our good old state. Yeah,
which is really interesting because the last episode we just watched, they talked about Tri-Cities and Cle Elum or Moses Lake, and it's just kind of interesting to hear some places that we know or we've been, or that are actually fairly close by.
Like literally have to drive through us to get to where they're at.
Yeah, which is cool.
But of course they find like the worst people to ever exist in the state of Washington and put them on a show.
They're not all bad.
Yeah, they're not all bad. But of course,
I think the majority of them are fairly good.
There's some hidden gems, but they're like, we got to spice it up. Let's look for the worst people to ever exist in Seattle or in Washington in general. Because some of those people are like, I don't even think they're actually from. Like, I heard one of them say, "Oh, we got to go to Renton." Like,
yeah. I don't know, but just trying to keep up with everything. The house is a mess. I have to clean it today, and dinner. We gotta go grocery shopping sometime.
We should be going today, but.
And tomorrow is Easter. Today, this podcast coming out is Easter, so we're busy. I'm tired already, dude.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be my day off.
Yeah.
My actual day of spring break will be tomorrow. No schoolwork.
Yeah.
Nothing for work.
I'll probably still do some stuff today. I don't think I'll work on the house per se, but I'll still. I mean, like I just mentioned, I'm gonna clean and do stuff, and edit. But yeah, at least I slept in. I slept until 7. It was like 7:40ish when I was looking at the clock, and I kind of was like in and out until your alarm went off. But yeah, I don't think I don't really have anything else to mention. You gotta go pretty soon.
Go.
Do your work. Go to your parents.
Well, they're at my brother's game, so I don't know when they're getting home.
You can still go. Because you're either going to be here doing your work or you're going to be there doing your work.
I could be doing both.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. But do you have anything else to mention? Yeah, I didn't think so. Nope. Okay, sounds good. I think that is going to be it for today's
episode.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it. So we will see. Thank you so much for dropping in and listening and having this conversation with us. It's funny because I literally just did my outro for my YouTube video, so I think that's also why it's in my head. But we will thank you. Yeah, just thank you for coming. And we will. What's the outro that we actually do on this show?
I don't remember. I just usually say bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.